So the next part of your ski setup, and a critical part to kind of complete the package, is what boot are you going to pair with that ski? And this is another common kind of mistake, is that people think, oh, well, you know, they make touring boots that I can actually ski in the resort too. So let's kill two birds with one stone and get, you know, a big beef boot that has a walk mode. And that's really all it is a walk to the parking lot mode. It's not a true touring mode. And then you pair a boot like that. Like I'll give you an example. This is my heaviest boot that I'll be skiing on. Still, again, for its weight, it actually tours very, very well. But it would be really awkward to pair this with maybe even this ski, but especially this ski, because it really wouldn't do much as far as your ski performance, and all you'd be adding is some weight and you know, a little bit limited range of motion. You know, with my light setup, I use my light boot. This is my lightest boot, Scarpa F1 LT, about 1,050 grams, I think, all said and done with my footbed. I just realized this the other day when I started kind of nerding out on some weights and you know, thinking about, you know, something I could share with you guys as far as this video. But my light setup, 1,055 grams per ski, 1,055 grams per boot. Medium setup, 1,300 grams per ski. Medium setup, 1,300 grams per boot. And then my biggest powder ski, almost 1,500 grams per ski, almost 1,500 grams per boot. And I don't know if that's a rule of thumb that I just have not been aware of, and everybody else is clued into that, but it's kind of uncanny that's such a match. And I would say it's worth, you know, you know, take that when you're out shopping or out trying to put together, you know, a setup. I really think that you should try and match, you know, ski, binding, boot to all be kind of in the same, you know, weight class genre to accomplish what you're doing. You know, I see guys that'll buy, you know, a nice light touring ski, and then they'll slap like a marker kingpin on it, you know, that weighs almost as much as the ski itself. And then, you know, but then they'll ski it with like a Skimo race boot or something. You know, it's all these weird combinations. And I get it, you know, if you're on a budget and that's what you got, that's what you got. Take it, have fun. You know, no, I'm not going to criticize anybody for honoring their pocketbook, but if you can, try and get something that kind of works together that makes sense, so that, you know, on your lightest setup, you have a light boot that has the most articulation, and that all together, this is going to give you the best, you know, weight to performance. And then on, you know, a heavier ski, if you have a little bit beefier boot, well, it's not, you know, percentage-wise, it's really not adding much to the whole equation. And I'll tell you, this boot will drive this ski much better than if you use this boot. Again, there's people who use this boot on a ski like this, and it will work. And they'll even say, it drives it just fine. It does, but you just might not look good doing it. At the end of the day, it really just comes down to your budget, where you are, what you're gonna be skiing, and who you're gonna be skiing with. You know, who are your friends, and what gear do they have? So within that, you can kind of decide where you fall, and you know, I just encourage you to try to put together, you know, a package that makes sense. You know, ski, boot, bindings that kind of all make sense together, and then just take it and go ski it. Ski it as much as you can, and you'll start figuring out if that's what works. And that's part of the fun of this. I mean, I'm a gear junkie, admittedly, but it's a constant flux of incoming and outgoing, you know, gear, because I love trying new stuff. I love trying to find, you know, what fits my needs just a little bit better, that might, you know, work just a little bit better. And I know that, you know, it has a price tag attached to it, but you know, you ski enough and you'll figure out, you know what, next year maybe I'll sell this pair and I'll look for something a little bit wider, a little bit lighter, a little bit something. So take it for what it's worth, and get out there and ski.